All right, welcome back. We're in round two here of our Lost Caverns of Ixalan top 8 draft. We just finished watching Joaquin win his first ever feature match, first ever Megadraft match here, and he's getting to face Caleb here, who also won in the first round. And we're going to be looking at from Caleb's point of view what's going on in Joaquin's hand here.
Death Cap Marionette can give it Death Touch again with Blade Brand, and an Unburden, which is cyclable, Dargath Horde, and the Writhing Necromass, along with a Force.
Okay, got a nice little hand here for Caleb. We saw he drafted a Gruul deck featuring Quintorius on the splash here, so he's got a Plains in hand for the Quintorius, which is also in his hand. He's got Play with Fire, Neonate's Rush, which is a little. It's a 3-mana spell that deals 1 damage to a creature, and you draw a card. He's got Cathartic Reunion, which is discard 2, draw 3. He's got Eccentric Farmer, and he's got the Dawnheart Rejuvenator that he just drew, which he may be casting this turn.
So it could potentially be a quick GG if there's no answer to Quintorius soon. It's coming down.
I don't know how many things in Joaquin's deck deal with a Planeswalker. I know Bitter Triumph does, but a lot of the other things definitely don't. Did go for the Farmer here, and he did hit. So you kind of hate not to hit with the Farmer. You like to play it when there's already a land in your graveyard, but he don't miss.
Planeswalker on 4 will have to do.
So interestingly,
what do we know?
Caleb is one of a longtime leaguer here. Joined us almost a couple leagues after we went online. And he's made 12 top 8s, as we mentioned before, which is our record, him and Jordan. Though, of contention, he's won the team league with the Rushmore team, but he's not yet won a Mega Draft. So I know he's still after that Mega Draft victory in this league. So he wants the league win, but he also wants the first Mega Draft win. It's going to be even sweeter if he can get there. And
looks like the bad news is going to hit the stack here. And I did look up Bitter Triumph is not in the hand, but it does kill Planeswalkers.
Yeah,
probably going to be wanting to top deck that.
A Bitter Triumph.
There's a Blade Brand.
It's basically the only card in the set. It's basically the only card in the set that in LCI that killed Planeswalkers. Yeah, this is bad news here. Quintorius just on turn 4, uncontested. Caleb has the board here. I mean, Joaquin took the turn to Unburden. It is a 2-for-1, but he didn't get the important card. The important card in hand was the Quintorius.
There's a Blade in hand to get a second draw if you're really looking for Bitter Triumph. I don't even know if he knows that Bitter Triumph deals with this, but
I wouldn't be surprised if he knew. But if he knew, if he didn't, doesn't change the fact that this is going to be a unpleasant run out here. Yeah, Planeswalkers that plus to make a token are just some of the best ones. Like, some of them minus, some of them 0, but the ones that plus to make this is like a 3/2 is a real body. Like, this is a real creature here.
My God, you won't believe it, John. We have a game.
Is it Bitter Triumph?
Absolutely. Always had it.
And is he reading its text in full?
Yeah, we will ask him later if he knew.
There you go. Yeah. Well,
you didn't have that last turn. You would have killed my Planeswalker.
Yeah, so back a couple sets ago, when there was like multiple Planeswalkers, like 3 in like every set, or like even in like all B1 there was 10, since it was a big part of the story. They just made it ubiquitous that a lot of the common and uncommon black and red removals, even some of the green removals too, dealt with Planeswalkers. And when they sort of went backwards, starting with Woe, basically saying there's only going to be one Planeswalker a set, they sort of went back on putting Planeswalker removal on commons and uncommons. So because they show up less, they said we're not going to put that on as extra text.
Looks like Caleb opened it on pack 1, pick 1. I would be very surprised if that's not what happened.
Yeah. He
now very good value.
He got past the bringer of the last gift, which he didn't end up playing. So I think he's thinking about just he's just said, let me kill off my spirit here. I don't mind. I want to get in for 6. My opponent has 4 damage, but it's only a one-time shot, and here's a 5/5 to stabilize.
A bit of a non-blow because these guys can't block, but Blade Brand's the only Only card in hand now.
So we got a Curse of the Werefox here, which is not really gonna get too far against a 5/5. So this might be a bit of a standoff here until somebody draws something that breaks this.
Blade Brand? Do you Blade Brand to draw?
All
It's
right,
not
well,
helping your Necromancer. It's not helping
we got
your
a
guys who
Mana
can't
Dork,
block.
just about the worst, one of the worst draws you can get here with a Mana Dork. But of note, Joaquin's at 8. So
Oh,
If Caleb draws a string of creatures and Joaquin does not, he can just outmuscle him here by just putting a
last
bunch of
card in.
bodies.
This is a strange situation. Last card in hand is a Miasmic Mummy, so he's kind of trying to play his cantrip so he could play that card. Great draw,
Okay,
though.
wow. Okay, so wow, this is actually going to be kind of a blowout because the Curse of the Werefox actually deals with that Ovia, and that Ovia can now start cranking out what 5/5s.
Hero Miasmic Mummy, to be honest, the Blade Ram drew into a 1-drop, and
What a hero!
I think,
What a hero! We got a Cleaving
yeah.
Skyrider, which I did not pick out in when looking at his deck because I didn't think he was flashing too much white. But it's a 2 and a white for a 2/2. It has kicker of 2 and a red. It has flash. And when it enters the battlefield, it deals damage to any target equal to the number of attacking creatures. It's also just a 2/2
Okay.
flyer that can maybe get this game finished.
After that very tough start and a little luck, we have a close game here.
Yeah, Ovia's definitely threatening to take over this game big time. Like I said, it can tap to make 5/5s. So
Ovia.
yeah, so for those unfamiliar, it's a 1 mana 1/2. For 3 and tap, you make a servo, or for 5 and tap, you make an XX equal to the amount of creatures that you have at the time you make the token. It's not a star. It's just okay. So he is just going to do an attack all here, and the Cleaving Skyrider will be able to deal 4 damage to something when it comes in.
Well, that's synergy with the Cade Zombies. They can buff the size of the creature if they're on the board.
So me, I'm sitting here thinking like, oh, I'm just gonna save this Skyrider, flash it in, start attacking. Caleb says, no, I'm just gonna attack and use the ability immediately. X equals 4. I'm gonna get something dead here, whether it's my opponent or the big creature. Looks like it's gonna be. Looks like he can just get his opponent to 2, and then the Skyrider will do the rest. Yeah, yeah.
Then see
So
what's on top.
yeah, this is why Caleb is so good. I'm just sitting here thinking, oh, I got a 2/2 flyer that I can start attacking with. He says, no, I'm going to throw away a creature, get my opponent to 2, and make my opponent draw a removal here or die.
I would have done that.
I know.
Well, that was an interesting game to say the least. Even though it ended a few turns after the Planeswalker was removed.
Yeah, Joaquin I mean, he was able to kill that Planeswalker, but the Planeswalker just gave Caleb so much time and resources that Joaquin really had to draw perfectly to get out of that, and that Skyrider was quite the draw. He's actually got 2 of those, so very, very interesting. Those are his white cards, those and the Quintorius, and he's got lots of fixing. Like we saw when we looked at his deck, he has 3 Dawnheart Rejuvenators. He has a Weather Seed Treaty as well.
It's a very versatile card, if I remember too, because you could do it on the opponent's attack, and it still does what it does.
Yeah, and it deals any target, so it could be a creature or player. Yeah, the cards. It's just like for the Boros deck, 6 mana is a lot for that. Like in like the Boros attacking deck, but like if you do get to 6 and you go wide, just throw a bunch of 1/1s in and get the effect. So
Joaquin
used
looking
a
at
great fight
Snare
here.
Spider for a reach creature that can deal with that card. Not that it deals with everything that card does, but it's in the deck now.
So it looks like Caleb is taking out his 3 fight spells. They're all basically the same. Cartouche of Strength and the 2 Curse of the Werefox. They're both basically give a creature +1/+1 permanently and fight. And taking out a couple of pump spells too. It looks like he's bringing in a creature dog, the Edgewall pack. Again,
Oh yes,
I'll repeat, creature dog.
dog.
Unmistakably so. And he's got 3 more slots to fill here, so he's going through a sideboard. Just those +1/+1 fight just didn't really match up against Joaquin's board very well. They either had Death Touch or were 5/5s or both. An interesting card that he has 3 copies of also, Caleb, is the Panicked Altasaur. We saw that he had 3 of those. I wasn't sure how many he was going to play, but I guess he likes it. And the Curse of the Werefoxes are coming back in. Says, you know what? I don't see anything better here.
Like Altasaur is that reach creature, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
taps to deal 2 damage to an opponent. Yeah, Caleb's got, like we said, quite the deck here. He also has the Burn Down the House that we saw when we were going through his deck. So just up and down the curve, good creatures, good amount of removal, just flexible, can deal with a lot of different things, can have bigger creatures, can have some powerful cards. He's got ramp, he's got bombs, he's got top end, he's got removal. So yeah, it's kind of the package that you want here in the mega drafts.
He kind of knows that Joaquin has those rankle pranks. Well, players tune in when they're done their match, so see if he tries to play around any sort of prank.
Yeah, that is the one thing with the mega drafts is, once you're done your match, you are free to watch any match that is being streamed. So you do get some free information there. Looks like he's
Playing
bringing
quick.
in. Looks like he's bringing Bellowing Bruiser, which is that. It's from Woe. It's a 4/4 haste, but has an adventure that stops, I believe, 3 creatures from blocking. 2 or 3 creatures
Uh,
from blocking.
what's it called?
The Bellowing Bruiser. It's an adventure. It
Oh
stops
yeah, it's a
some number
falter.
of
Yeah,
creatures from blocking.
yeah, 2 creatures, like
Okay.
faltering 2 creatures.
Okay. I was thinking of the card from LCI that stops 3 creatures from blocking that has Discover. I was
Yeah.
because they're not dissimilar, I would say.
Joaquin keeps a 5-lander with Glint Sleeve Siphoner and the prank itself.
So Caleb keeps a bit of a hand depending on drawing red here. He's got just a Forest and a Druid of the Cowl as castable cards right now. The rest of his hand, he has a Magma Spray, which will deal with that Glint Sleeve Siphoner. But also he does have Curse of the Werefox, so that can get rid of the Siphoner before it can draw a card. The rest of his hand are red and white cards, so Magma Spray, Panicked Altasaur, Rampaging Ceratops, the 5/4 Mega Menace, Ardent Elementalist, 2/1 that gets back a instant or sorcery, and the Skyrider that we saw last game.
Desert of the Glorified, that black desert is going to get cycled. I imagine it will be. You also have a Blade Brand to cycle.
Okay. Oh, he has drawn the mountain here, so that negates the need to use Curse of the Werefox here into open mana. Because I guess he would have lost his creature, right? Oh, he is going to try it anyway. So the Blade Brand will kill both of them if if Joaquin decides to use it.
Yeah. But unfortunately, he doesn't get that card draw
No.
from the Siphoner.
So now he can Magma Spray it to blow out the Blade
That
Brand.
that is a blowout.
Yeah, so that was the plan. He said, look, he has open mana. Maybe he can blow me out. Well, I'll blow him out. So he got a nice little 2-for-1, and he has a 2/4 left behind, which is, quite a bit better than the 1/3.
So Rankle's prank in hand. See what happens on this turn for Caleb. What's he going to develop?
It looks like he's playing his 5/4 Mega Menace here. He also has the Panicked
Oh,
Altasaur. He has Ardent Elementalist to get back his Magma Spray, and he has an uncastable Skyrider, the white card.
well, then prank's
So,
going to work out fairly well, won't it?
yeah, I mean, Caleb will be able to play a Panicked Altasaur, but he will need another land to do that. Is Joaquin going to
If he
fire it
makes,
off here?
if he discards 2 cards, he's deciding whether he's going to discard 2 cards. So he has his Forest about to be played. If he's going to discard 2 cards, it's probably going to be the Forest and the Swamp in hand. And besides that, we got Root Rider Fawn and Hunt the Weak.
Sounds like just he doesn't need the extra lands here. His curve stops at 6 anyway.
He's discarding
Like
the Fawn and the.
I mean, curve stops. He has 1/6 drop and like 2/5 drops, and the Necromasses can be cast for quite a bit less.
The situation you want the prank if you're not going to get lethal with it, of course.
So Caleb did opt to discard the Altasaur rather than the Elementalist, but he will be able to get back his Magma Spray here, or Curse of the Werefox. But
All right.
Magma Spray looks a bit better.
Note the Necropolis was played last turn. Ooh, beefy creature here with the Howling Gale Fang.
Yeah, this is like where I kind of wish, like, kind of would have wanted to have the. Oh, he's drawn Struggle, which deals. It's like a Rumbling Rock Slide, but instant, and
Are we gonna have a top deck war?
it has the aftermath of, I believe, both players shuffle their graveyards back into their library. I think he's just going to do that. He's going to say, "Well, okay."
All right.
I mean,
Acropolis.
he did see Terror Tide, right? When he was watching the last match.
Only play here is Kraken and Acropolis. See what it finds.
Okay. Well, that's not bad,
Boom.
but it gets sprayed.
And what's the top deck?
He's drawn the Rejuvenator, which is the 2/4. So he's offering the trade here. He says, "Well, look, I have the Magma Spray, so."
Well, hunt the weak dead card in hand.
He's got Hunt the Weak.
That's
All right.
all.
Well, if he draws a nice sized creature here, Hunt the Weak will be able to do some damage. Looks like just gonna pass the turn. Caleb's drawn a Curse of the Werefox to kill any small to medium-ish type creature here. Any X3.
Interesting draw is the Stingblade Assassin. That flash card.
I imagine he's just
But
gonna flash it in and block a 2/1. Like that's probably
yeah,
what that thing's gonna do.
you know what card would be nice though is another prank.
Prank would be useful here. Yeah. All right, he's just gonna take it actually. Caleb's got a Plundering Pirate for the turn. This card's just so nice. Just 3/2 make a treasure. Just always feel good casting it.
Prank looking less good then.
All right, well here comes the assassin. Decided not to trade it off. Hunt the Weak, not really where you want to be with a 3/1. That's not the size of creature you want to use Hunt the Weak on, but perhaps a 2/2 is what you want to use it on.
Only clean thing to remove is this elemental. It's not the best thing to remove in the world, but
I mean, it does make Caleb's attacks, not amazing.
it's the only play there is, so can't use your energy at this point.
I mean, 2 energy and a dream. That's all you need sometimes.
Just thinking it through. That's the only fight. I mean, the other fight doesn't make too much sense. Killing off the 2/4 with your flyer.
No, killing. I mean, I think killing the 2/1 does have value here, but looks like he's just going to hold out. And Caleb's drawn kind of the perfect answer to this 3/1 flyer. Look at this.
Oh, I know what it is. Neonates right.
Yeah, 1 damage to player, 1 damage to. Looks like he can go for lethal here with the Curse of the Werefox. I think he's just going to take that option. He saw that his Neonates Rush resolved with no priority, so it looks like he's in the clear. And that's going to be 8 damage here. And we're going to see Caleb make his way to the finals here after his second league win and first league victory. So Caleb winning here, just making use of his removal and a couple of 2-for-1s to bring him the victory here. So we'll see him tackle the finals in a little bit here.